Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shikha and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am a law student from UPS Dehradun. In today's video, we will talk about the distinctive federal feature of the Indian Constitution. But before starting the video, there's a small disclaimer that this video does not solicit any kind of promotion or advertisement as per the guidelines of Bar Council of India. And the only purpose for which the video is made is educational purpose. So let's begin with the video now. A federal state or a federal system is a public entity where the power is divided between the different federal units. The power of the federal or the central or the union government is limited by horizontal as well as vertical power division. It means that the power of a federal government is divided between the state government and the local government, as well as the power is divided between the different organs of the government, that is the judiciary, the executive and the legislative. The federalism in India is very distinct from the federalism which is found in different countries like the USA, the Germany, Australia, Switzerland, etc. For example, here in India, although it is a federation or it follows a federal system, but here the central government is powerful than the state government because of the various provisions like the residuary power is vested in the central government, etc. We will discuss now various features of Indian Constitution, and the federal feature is very different from the federal feature which is observed in the various federal countries in the world. The first one is the dual polity. The Indian Constitution establishes a dual polity in India, which means that the power of the federation power is divided between the union government and the state government. The state government and the union government both have their own sphere of subject matter where they have a sole authority. For example, there is state list, there is union list. In the state list, the exclusive power of state is vested, and in the union list, the exclusive power of union is vested. But there is also a third list called the concurrent list, where the both union and the state exercises the power. But in case there is any kind of discrepancy between the state government and the union government, then the union government prevails here. So that's why it is also called that in India the union government is stronger than the state government. Also, the residuary power is vested upon the union government. Also, various provisions like the emergency provisions, etc., also makes the center powerful than the state in India. So in the federal system of India, the center is stronger than the state. The second one is the supremacy of the constitution. In India, neither the legislative, executive or judiciary is supreme power, but the constitution is the supreme here. The written constitution in India, the constitution is in written form, as well as it is the longest constitution in the world also, which is having almost 465 articles, which is divided into 25 parts and 12 schedules. Next, the independency of the judiciary. Here, the judiciary is solely independent from the legislative or the executive. In the same manner, all the executive and legislative are also have independent from each other. In judiciary, the sole power, the supreme power is with the Supreme Court of India, which ensures that the sole supremacy of the constitution is maintained in India. Using its power of judicial review, it ensures that the supremacy of the constitution is maintained. Also, the Supreme Court resolves any kind of conflict between the center and the state, or any kind of conflict between the states. Next, the bicameral legislation. The parliament is divided into two parts, that is the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, there are the members are elected through the state legislations, votings, while in the Lok Sabha, it is the people who exercise their right of universal franchisee and elects their representatives. The next feature here is the division of the center and state relation. For every federation to work properly, the state and the center should work coordinately with each other. The constitution of the country also establishes various field in detailed manner where the interaction of union and the state can be in a harmonious manner. The first, there are we can categorize this relation of center and state into three kinds. That is the legislative relation, the executive relation, or the administrative relation, and the financial relations. So these were few federal characteristics of Indian Constitution which are distinctive from the various federalism or the federations throughout the world. So that's it for today's video. If you have any doubt or if you have any feedback, please write it down in the comment section below. Thank you.